Fine. So this reporting ledger related opening the periods and role connectivity with the reporting ledger, we have issue in the all release 13 versions. So we done with the setups, but process we could not test for these three concepts that we'll be doing in the different instance. Okay, at least I'll show you in the release 12 instance where these all are working fine. So and again we'll mark this also as a pending. The reason this also we have to deal with the secondary ledger mapping with the specific roles. Now we'll continue whatever possible in this environment. Once we're done with these pending topics, we'll see in the other version. Okay, that's how we can see the configuration process. So with respect of version, because these doesn't make any difference with any previous versions also. Okay, we'll see that. So now we'll just look at auto posting setup and process. Okay, how to set up auto posting for the journals. So when you talk about auto posting, it's simple. We don't need to talk about too many setups. Just we have to create auto posting criteria set. We have to create the auto posting criteria set. So once you have a auto post criteria set for our specific ledger, so whenever you create the journals, system will post them automatically based on the criteria which you are going to define. We'll go and create the auto post criteria set. So before that, we'll go and verify the current period is open or not. Okay, we'll just check what is the status of the current period. Okay, July period status is future enterable. We'll go and do change to open. So you can select this period directly, you can say open, or else you can go with action say open target period. Here also we have open period, any one you can choose. So July say open period. Here seems to have a different ledger. Since we are using ledger set, select a different one. So this is our primary ledger. Fine. Now we'll go and open periods in our primary ledger. Fine, we can see the current period status as open. Fine, done. Now we'll proceed with the auto posting. To create the auto post criteria set, we have to navigate to project, go to project definition, and search for the task called as auto post criteria set. Go to manage implementation projects, just click on overview, just open this, search for auto post. So auto post criteria sets. So here you can see the task called as manage auto post criteria set. On what base system has to post the journals, automatically will go and set the criteria. Just click on go to task icon, and say create. Okay, we'll give the name as Google Auto Post, and we have to enable the same auto post criteria set we are creating, and we are enabling the criteria we can select here. Click on add. So set priority is high priority, and select this auto post criteria. Auto posting should be applicable for which ledger. So for all the ledgers means you can select the parameter as a all, or else you can select your ledger. Google search. So Google USA primary ledger. This is the one which we created. And for which source of journals this auto post should be applicable. Okay, if you want to set for all the application related journals, you can set to all. Now anyway, just we'll go with the manual. That means it would be applicable for only manual journals which we create in GL. For our testing, we can go with a manual. That means GL journals. Category, you can choose all categories or specific category. We'll go with the adjustment journals or any journals. Any journals we want to post, you may set all. Okay, you may set all. Any criteria you can set. The applicability for which period? Select period for all the periods or specific period. Normally we can set all the periods. Now you may select as a July 18 current period. And balance type, so actual or encumbrance are all you can set. Just we can go with actual balances. So this is how we can create the auto post criteria set. Then say save and close. Click on done. Now if you create any journal within the GL directly, with any category, that journal system will be posting. When it will post, for that we have to schedule it. You may schedule or else you can go and submit this auto post criteria set manually. When you submit this through manual process, so it will pick that eligible journals and it will post automatically, or else you can set the criteria. Okay, now what we'll do is first we'll go and create the journal, then we'll see how to schedule it or else how to submit through manual process, where system will pick the journals and it will post automatically. Okay, so we'll just go and create one journal. Create journal, journals, go to task list, say create journal. Why system is taking this? August. 1 second. Create journal. Select our ledger. Accounting period is July month. I think we didn't open August period, right? Fine. So now you can just give any name for the journal, say adjustment journal or anything you can write. Select category. Any category. Just we selected criteria as a all. Category name as a all. So here you can provide the code combination. So 1 second. Just click on search. What happened to this? Let's switch to our Google. Say create journal. Fine. Say adjustment journal. Select any one of the category. Say adjustment. Then search. Select company, department, and account. Why we don't have any account departments, account values? Yes. 1 second, we'll just go and check. Any chance somebody changed? We'll go and verify. Chart of account, value sets. We'll go to value sets. Manage chart of accounts, value sets. Chart of value set name is Google company, right? Company Google. Just search. So this is our company value set. Go to manage values. Search. Here we have companies in this. Now just click on edit. Fine. Just disable this secret rule because we defined and it was not working, right? So disable. So save and close. So save and close. After doing these changes, we have to submit chart of accounts for deployment. Search. Accounting key flex field. Submit our chart of account structure for deployment. Okay. Just we try to execute the secure rules. Since there was some issue in this environment, we could not do, right. So that still it's enabled. I disabled. Anyway, these will see in the different environment. Okay, let it complete. Let's wait for 2 minutes. Fine. So it's deployed. You can say okay. You can see the deployment status as deployed. Done. Now we'll go and create the journal. Okay, go to navigator and select journals. Select task called as create journal. So you can provide the name as adjustment or expense. Select any one of the category because AutoPost criteria set is applicable for all the categories, but source is only manual. We'll go with adjustment category. Now you can select segment values here. Select company. Why still it is not showing? We submitted deployment and we did everything right. You go to the structure instance and we'll verify. The first one is ours. Company Google, yes, we have. Everything is fine. Access, we have full ledger. Just we'll sign out and sign in and we'll try. So yeah, fine. Now it's coming. So we can give the name, adjustment, categorize adjustment or any category. You can provide the debit and credit code combination. Select company, select department, and select any one of the accounts. Just we are testing, so you can go with any one of the account. So we'll go with some expense account or adjustment account. So no issues. You can choose any one of the account and say OK. Say $10,000 and go to second line. Select any one of the account. I'm just selecting the cash account. Say OK. Say $10,000. Now we are not going to post this journal. Okay, we want to post this journal through auto post functionality. Just you can save this journal and complete it. Just complete this journal. We are not going to post. Now you can close it. To close, we have to click on cancel tab. Done. Now you can post this journal by scheduling or else manually submitting. Manually submission in the sense not one by one journal. You can select auto post criteria set. That set you can submit. Whatever the criteria we have in the auto post, accordingly system will post all the journals. So under journals within the task list we have a task called as run auto post. Just click on run auto post and here you can select our auto post criteria set. We created as a Google auto post, right? Select Google auto post. If you click on submit, what system will do as per this auto post criteria set, what are the journals are available, it will post it correctly. If you click on that, as per the auto post criteria set, it will post it. If you want to schedule it, if you want to schedule this auto post journals job, you have to go with the advanced. Just click on advanced. Here we'll get a schedule option. You can specify the schedule as soon as possible, means once you submit it will be submitted. If you want to go to schedule, select using a schedule. The frequency and all you can select. So daily, weekly, monthly or hourly base. So hourly, how many hours? Every 1 hour. Okay, or else if not 1 hour, every 10 minutes you can specify every 10 minutes. So this is how we can schedule. Same as EBS. EBS also will do the same process. Will schedule it. So if you want to schedule it, you can schedule. Otherwise, okay, you can just submit one time. All the eligible journals will get selected and posted. Now, okay, if you want to schedule, you can schedule it. Instead of that, I am going to submit. So with the help of this auto post criteria set, system will post all the eligible journals. We have only one journal. That journal will be posted. Just click on submit. Say okay and go to ESS job page to monitor that job. Okay, system submitted auto post journals job. This will pick eligible journals to post. We'll wait and it will complete the process. Auto post journals, the job is calling child job called as post journals for single ledger. That means it identified auto post criteria set identified and posted journals as per the criteria set, and it's selected and it is posting now. That's it. The same we can schedule. If you want to schedule every day or every 1 hour or every day specific point of time that you can schedule, or else you can anytime you can just submit this auto post criteria set. It will pick all and it will post. Done. Now we'll go and check the journal is posted or not. Go to journals. say manage journals. Okay, you can search with the current period as a criteria, July month, and click on search. So this is a journal which we created just now, right? The 10,000. You could see the status as a posted. Okay, this is the information which is coming from fixed assets. And fixed assets, you open future period also, right? That is the reason future period, whatever the journals are created in July month, those came here. This is a journal which we created just now. Right? You can open and you can see the dates also. So we created today. Okay, 9th July. So system posted. Okay. So this is how just you can post. In the same way, if you want to reverse the journals, so manually we can perform the reversals. Okay. So that already we tested, right? Manual, how to reverse the journals through manual process already we tested. Now we'll see how to reverse the journals automatically. If you want to reverse the journals, first we have to create the reversal criteria set, same as AutoPost criteria set. When I talk about AutoPost criteria set, that is based on source and category. But when I talk about AutoReversal criteria set, primarily will be setting at category level. We have to create the AutoReversal criteria set that we have to assign to ledger. Ledger level we have to assign the same we do in EBS release 12. Okay, but in the 11A, EBS 11A, we don't do it. The EBS release 12, we create AutoReversal criteria set that we have to assign to ledger. Then you can just go on to create the journals and you can post. If the journal is meeting that reversal criteria set, it will post automatically as per the schedule, or else you can go and submit manually which journals falls under that criteria set. System will pick and reverse automatically. We'll see that just two steps process: create reversal criteria set, assign reversal criteria set to ledger, then we'll create journal and we'll test it. Okay, we'll go and create reversal criteria set. Go to implementation project. Okay, manage implementation projects. Click on overview. Open this project. Search for reversal. You can find the task. So task name is manage journal reversal criteria set. Just click on the task and click on go to task icon. Say create. So automatically system is creating the reversal criteria set with the just title as a name, date, time. Okay, with the timestamp. Now you can name it Google Auto Reversal. Maybe you want to reverse adjustment entries. Okay, you want to reverse adjustment entries. So which category of the journals you want to reverse? We'll go with the adjustment. Okay, here above you can see the reversal period and reversal method, automatic reversal option. So we'll go with adjustment category. If any journals are there with adjustment, those need to be reversed. When system has to create the reversal journal, we know system will create the reversal journal against original journal. So that should be which period? Say same period. In which period we have journal, the same period system has to create the reversal journal, and it has to follow which sign, change sign or switch debit to credit, credit to debit. You can say switch debit credit means within the reversal journal you can find. So original journal debit will become credit, original journal credit will become debit in the reversal journal. So that's how we need, and we need reversal for this. Yes, above you can see the column name as automatic reversal option. How you require just reversing and or just reversing and posting. can see here. None means we are not going to reverse this category of the journals. Okay, sorry, here this is the one. I think we selected allocations, not allocations, right? We just planned for this. For this we can set back to the same. Nothing, just you can ignore it. So this is the category we want to implement the auto reversal adjustment. So select same period. Yes, we want to go with the same method, and here you can specify reverse automatically. That means system will create reversal journal. One system will create reversal journal that would by default you could see as a unposted. Until unless you reverse that reversal, until unless you post that reversal journal, balances cannot be updated against the original journal, right? So posting you want to do through manual process, that also you want to automate. Let system reverse the journal, I mean let it create reversal journal and let it post it, then only the balance will get updated. You can choose this option or first option. If you choose the first option, manually how to post it. If you go with this, system will post automatically. Done. So we are implementing auto reversal for adjustment category journals. Done. Now you can say save and close. And this reversal criteria set we have to assign to our ledger through ledger options. So save and close. Done. Now we have to go to ledger options. So through ledger options we can assign this reversal criteria set to our ledger. Search for specify ledger options. So we have a ledger options here. The first ledger options talks about secondary ledger, but we want to set for the first one. Okay, done. Specify ledger options. Click on go to task icon. So here if you scroll below, here you could see under reversal section, you can associate reversal criteria set which should be applicable for this ledger. So we created as a Google, right? So select Google auto reversal for adjustments. Now you can say save and close. Done. Now we'll go and create one journal with a category called as adjustment and we'll post it. Then if you go and submit auto reversal, it will reverse it automatically, or else you may schedule as per the schedule, it will reverse that category of the journal. We'll see that. To test it, we'll go and create one journal by selecting the category called as adjustment. Okay, so create journal. Just I'll give the name as it's for auto reversal purpose. Just for identification purpose, I'm giving as auto reversal. So category should be adjustment. If the journal is available with adjustment category, that journal only can be selected for reversal. So select company, select department, select account. Any one of the expense or adjustment account you can take. Say expense adjustment account. Say OK. Enter say $5,000 and create credit line also. So select department, select account. Just go with any one of the account. Say OK. Enter credit amount also same as debit, $5,000. Now save it and complete, and you can post it. So if journal is posted, then only that is eligible for reversal, right? So that, so we submitted for posting. To see the status of this journal, you may click on refresh projected balances. Same time you could see the journal status also along with the balances. You could see the status processing. You may refresh. Fine. Now we can see the journal status is posted. Now we'll go for auto reversal. So you can schedule or else you can directly submit. Under journals, go to task list, select task called as run auto reversal. You can run auto reversal or else you can schedule auto reversal. If you want to schedule, you have to go to advanced option. We have seen that. If you want to go with the scheduling, you have to go to advanced. Here you can choose the schedule option. You can schedule. If you want to submit directly, go with the basic option, and here data access set, your ledger, both are same. We know against the ledger system creates the data access set, and reversal period. Okay, which period related journals you want to reverse? July period. Just say submit. So where is the reversal criteria set? Reversal criteria set is available within this ledger. So whenever you submit, so within this period, okay, with this period, within this ledger, any journals are available, those journals will reverse based on the criteria which is specified within the reversal criteria set which is associated with this ledger. Just submit. So now you can go to ESS job page to monitor the jobs which system will trigger to reverse and to post the reversal journal automatically, because the reversal criteria set definition time we selected option called as reversal option called as reverse and post automatically, right? Okay, we submitted auto reversal, and now system is create a reversal journal and it is posting also. You could see that child job post journals for single ledger posting. Once this program will complete, we'll go and check it. We can go now and we can check it. So system created reversal journal automatically based on the reversal criteria set. Go to journals. Say manage journals. You can search with the period. July. Search. Fine. So we created this journal, right? Auto reversal. This is the actual journal which we created. Open this. Okay. And if you go to show more, and if you go to this section reversal, you can see this journal got reversed. Against this journal, which reversal journal system created, this is journal. The reference also system is providing here. You can click on that reversal journal system will open. So there the debits credit, credits debit. That's how it created. Here itself it is showing this is the actual journal, reversal journal. Name is reverses auto reversal. That already posted. The same you can see from here also. This is the one system created. posted. We given this account debit account, right? Now taken credit. Expense adjustment taken credit. Cash account taken debit side. That's how the existing journal will get reversed and balances will become zero, nullified. So this is how just we can create auto post criteria set and auto reversal criteria set. You can submit manually or else you can schedule it. So these are the two options we have. Now we'll just work on budgets. We'll create the budget and we'll set the budgetary controls, and we'll enforce the budgetary control, and we'll create journal, and we'll see whether the system is going to set a control on the spending expenditure. Okay, so we'll take these budgets. Here we have to perform certain setups. Okay, so more or less similar to EBS only. Okay, but in case of budget, what happens is whatever the budget related information we are defining, that will go and store in the S-based database. This information will go and store in the S-based database, not in the Oracle database. That's what we have to understand. So if client is interested, they can take the additional subscription for Hyperion planning and budgeting. That is an additional product where they can take the additional subscription, but by default as a part of Fusion General Ledger they given the basic budget functionality. Okay, we'll see how it works and what are the which configuration we have to perform. Okay, first we have to define the budgetary controls. Say define budgetary controls. We'll talk on this. Okay, after creating the budgetary controls, we have to create the control budget. Say create control budget. After that, we have to assign budget role to user. Okay, which user need access to budget? For that user, we have to assign the role. Say assign budget role to user, and for that user, what are the role we are assigning? To that role we have to associate our budget definition. Okay, for that we use the task called as provide data access, right? Say provide data access. Here data access is nothing but budget access to user. Okay, provide data access to user to specific role. Already before this step we assign the role to user. To that specific role we have to associate the budget. So after that, once we assign any definition to the role, we have to run LDAP job for the role synchronization, and after that we have to open the budget periods. Open budget periods and prepare budget data. Prepare budget data. Okay, fine. We'll understand what these points all about. Here define budgetary control means in case of EBS ledger level will go and enable budgetary controls. Okay, similar to that. So all setups very similar to EBS. We'll go and do one by one and we can understand. Okay, we'll just talk on if something is different from EBS. And after completing all the setups for testing, what we'll do is we'll create one journal and we'll test it whether the budgetary controls are going to be enforced or not. Okay, done. So first we have to go and create the budgetary control. It's all about enabling budgetary control for our ledger. That's it. They're given as a separate task. In case of EBS, directly we'll go to the ledger level. The ledger level itself, we have a checkbox called as enable budgetary control, encumbrance, and providing the reserve for encumbrance account. All we'll do over there. Here we have a separate setup. Okay, so we'll go and see that. Go to project and search for the task called as budgetary controls. Just search for budgetary controls. Go to implementation project. The task name is budgetary controls. Okay, define budgetary controls. Scroll little down here. So here we have a define budgetary control, expand. And here you could see the task called as manage budgetary controls. Okay, this is the actual task which we have to use. Click on this, manage budgetary controls. But you can write the same task here, it will be note for you. Manage budgetary control, this is the task we have to use. Here find our primary ledger. Our primary ledger name is Google USA primary ledger. This is the one, right? Just click on the ledger name. Okay, so enable budgetary control for the ledger and all journal sources and category. If you want to enforce the encumbrance accounting, which you can just manage in procurement process, you can enable encumbrance also from here itself. I'm just going to enable budgetary control. Okay, so we enabled. Now the budgetary control, okay, should work at what level? What level you want to manage? Ledger only or projects? If you are going to use PPM, project portfolio management, in that case, this you can choose project or ledger or project. So these options you can choose as per the requirement. If you are using the PPM, you may go with the project or ledger or project, any one of the option. Now ledger, you can go with the ledger. Again here, budgetary control exceptions. The budgetary control should not be applicable for which journal sources and which journal categories. Those you can specify as per your requirement. By default, revaluation, open balances, closing balances. Okay, and with these sources, with any category, budgetary control won't work. Okay, done. And here you can enable budgetary control. So you are enabling the budgetary control means you are enabling for your business unit. Okay, it's nothing but organization. Okay, organization specification. So here if you are enabling ledger level, this is applicable only for GL. If you want to apply budgetary control for sub-ledger applications for your business unit also, you have to enable. This is organization level, it is a ledger level. So we are enabling ledger level as well as BU level. That means the BU specific applications, if you are going to book the expenditure, this control will be applicable. If you don't enable this one, it will be applicable only within the ledger, that too in general ledger application. Okay, so just you can enable ledger level as well as you can enable for BU level also. Budgetary control should be applicable for this business unit. Done. Now you can say save and close. We enable budgetary control for our ledger. Even we enable for BU also. If you want to enable for BU, you can do it. Done. Just click on done. What is the next step? Next step is control budget. We have to create the control budget. Here itself you have a task called as manage control budgets. Okay, so you can, let's take the same name so that when you go through the sheet it would be easy for you. Manage control budget. So we know very well in EBS, whatever the accounting calendar we have in our primary ledger, we use the same accounting calendar for budgeting. But in the Fusion application, you can have a separate calendar for budgeting purpose. Okay, you can have a separate calendar. When we are creating the accounting calendar, we have one checkbox called as only for budgeting purpose. If you enable that you can use in the budgeting only. Okay, that's how you can have a separate calendars. We'll see here. So system will ask us to choose it. So task name is manage control budgets. Just click on create. Okay, here we can give the name as Google budget. So budget calendar, here you can choose from the same accounting calendar window. You can create your calendar that you can choose. You may create separate, you may create separate calendar for budgeting that you can choose it, or else you can use the accounting calendar as it is. So the flexibility we have. So this is the actual calendar which we are using in our primary ledger. The same you can choose, or else with the different periods, maybe quarterly periods, you can create the another calendar for budgeting that you can choose, so that you will be able to do the budgeting quarterly base. From on two periods, say Jan 18 to December 18. And source budget type, you can go with other. Okay. And currency, you are creating the budget in which currency, USD. And control level, here set default rate type, even if it is not applicable, you set any one of the rates, it's mandatory, they made it. And control level, okay, so control level, it should be absolute or advisory. So we'll go with the absolute option, because what are the budget amounts we are going to set, so system has to limit, it should not give just advice where user can go ahead and can create the can book the expenditure. Okay, just we'll go with the control level as a budgetary control as a absolute. And here you can choose our ledger, so that is Google USA primary ledger. Okay. And budget manager, any one of the person you can choose as a budget manager, it's a mandatory field. We can select our user only budget as a budget manager. Okay, control budget structure, you can just click on this, add budgetary control budget structure. So it's all about, you want to, okay, define the budget summary level or detail level. Okay, summary level or detail level, we'll go with the detail. Summary means maybe combination of company and detail company and department, or else company and account. Detail means you can go with the three segments, how many segments we have. Just add company and click on add department. With this combination you want to create the budget, with which combination you want to create the budget, those relevant segments you can select as a budget segments account. So for budgeting purpose, we are going to use these three accounts. We have total three segments. We selected three segments. That means that budget we call as a detailed budget. If you select company and department, that falls under summary definition. Just click on supplemental rules, where you can address the same for your business unit. Just click on this supplemental rules of specifying your budget segments. So you can write the name, Google, and select your BU. For which BU this should be applicable. For this BU level also you can go with the absolute. For the same, rest defaults you can accept, then say OK. And here just go with actions, say prepare for use. Here by default you could see the budget. This is control budget they named, but actually this is actual budget definition. So the budget status is not ready for use, it's in the definition phase. So once you provide all these details, what you have to do is go to action, say prepare for use. Just click on that, the status will be turned into in use. Okay, so all are in use, only our budget, Google budget, is not ready for use. Just you can refresh it. You may search for this again, you can find it with updated status. Now the status is in use. You have to make sure that your budget status is in use, then only you can use it. Done. So we created budgetary controls. That means we enable budgetary controls, and here we created budget by specifying the budgetary control and period specification. Now we have to assign the budget role to user. Go to our user to assign the budget roles. Go to security console. Go to security console and find our user. Our user is Google. It's the first one. Okay, assign role to this user, which allows this user to have access to budget, to map the budget. Click on edit. So add role. Okay. So assign budget analyst. We have some other roles also. This all makes some little difference in terms of access. You can assign budget manager. These two would be enough. Okay. Budget analyst and budget manager. These two roles. Primarily analyst is enough. Analyst would be fine. But you may assign budget manager also. Just you can verify, you know how to verify the privileges within the role, right? That you may follow to compare what how these two roles are different. But for this access purpose, budget analyst would be enough. Now for those two roles, we'll go and assign the budget. So we created budget in this step, right? Control budget. We created budget as Google budget. That budget we have to assign to these two roles. Say provide data access for users. So go to task. So setup and maintenance. You can go to search page or directly from project you can navigate and you can do it. So go to search for the task called as data access for users. So manage data access for users. Click on add. Our username is Google, right? So first one, and select role. Two roles we associated with this user related to budget, right? So budget analyst and manager. Analyst role would be enough. You'll have access and you can test this functionality. We added manager also. So no issues. Here security contest you select as a control budget. Security contest you have to select as control budget. Here you can find the budget which you created. Just type system will fetch. We created budget as a Google budget. We are giving access to this user. Okay. We are just associating this budget to this user related role. Done. And we have one more role also. We'll go and map this budget with that role also, which is associated with this user already. So username is Google. Select. Go to role. Select budget manager. Security contest. Control budget. So budget will have a control. So just they given the name as a control budget. Since we specify the budget controls within that budget definition itself. So here you can type Google and select the same budget. Done. Say save and close. Now we can go on to run LDAP job, LDAP. Go to schedule processes. Click on schedule new process. Select and say OK. but it will take some time. Okay, so what we did, we enabled budgetary controls. For our ledger, we created budget and we associated two budget roles to our user. We provided data access also for those two users. We submitted LDAP job. So once these roles will get synchronized with this user, then we'll have access to the task which will allow us to open the budget periods, and you can prepare the budget definition. Here budget definition is equal to budget journals in EBS. Here we don't have budget journals concept, but similar to that, once you provide the data like period, account and amount in EBS case, based on that system will create the budget journals. Here just will provide the data that would be available in the system to have a controls against the data. System is not going to create the journals. That means no budget journals concept in the fusion, but we'll prepare the data. The data will remain as is in the space database that will enforce the control on the transaction process. Fine. Let system synchronize these roles so that it will allow us to open the budget periods. Okay, we'll get the task in the navigator once the roles are synchronized. So now we'll go and check it. Okay, so better what we can do is we can just sign out and sign in, or else we'll refresh this page. Okay, done. So now you go to navigator. Within the navigator you will find tasks which allows you to open the periods and other tasks which will allow you to prepare the budget data. Let me minimize this. So you'll get budgetary control section. Still we have to, so just minimize to see that. So these are not reflecting so far as of now. Just will wait for some time. Because of the roles, it will add some additional functions. We'll see in this Springboard budgetary. So not it. Let me take the same URL into Mozilla browser. It takes some time. It may take some time to reflect. So meantime, just I'm switching to different browser. Okay, user is Google. Provide password. Fine, now we'll try. Just go to navigator. If it is not reflecting, just we have to wait for some time. That's it. Yeah, here you could see it's reflecting now. So within the navigator, you see the section called as budgetary control, and here click on budgetary control. It will take us to budgetary control work area. From there we can open the periods and you can prepare the budget data. So click on task list, and here you can find the task to open the periods. See, budget period status. Just click on budget period status task to open the periods. So the budget name is Google budget. The current period is July. Previous period is this, next period. Okay, but no period status is open. You see here, all are available for budgeting. Available for budgeting. So just click on the budget name. Okay, so all the period status is available for budgeting. Now what you have to do is you have to change to open all. Okay, we are opening all the budget periods to prepare the budget data for all the periods. Okay, to set up the budget for all the periods. Just you have to change the status from available for budgeting to open. Yes, since it's available for budgeting, we have to set the status as open so that we can prepare the budget data. So this is how we have to open all the periods for the budget which we are creating. Then say save and close. Done. Now you can see that all the period status are open. Then say done. Now we can go and prepare the budget data in the spreadsheet. Okay, we can go and prepare the budget data in the spreadsheet. So now we have to prepare the data in the spreadsheet. So if you want to prepare the data in the spreadsheet, before that you have to install ADFDI. Okay, that we did in the very beginning classes, right? So to connect to ADFDI, go to this task list. Here we have a task called as enter budgets in spreadsheet. Just click on enter budgets in spreadsheet. Select your control budget, the budget name, Google budget. Select starting and ending period. By default system is taking. Then say create in spreadsheet. Say OK to open. So say yes. Say username is Google, right? Just skip. If you see some version related pop-up, you can say skip. It will create that framework. Here you can enter the budget definition. You can select a company, department, account code combination, and all the periods are there. 12 periods. For each period, how much amount you can specify. Okay, if you want to do for multiple accounts, you can just right click on insert. It will be inserting the same additional rows, and that's how you can do for multiple accounts. So double click. Select company, select department. So for which account you want to do the budgeting, okay, that you can select here. So we'll go with advanced search and select the description which contains some expense. Search with this expense term. So you can pick any one of the expense account for budgeting purpose. I'll go with the internet expense account. Say okay. Okay, for internet expenses, I want to just do the budgeting just for testing. Say okay. Click on OK. Okay, in the budget definition, we selected these 3 segments as a budget segments, right? That is the reason system is this way. Now you can specify for this account in which period how much amount. I'll say 25,000. So for each period, say 25. So in EBS we have a budget rules which will simplify this amount entries, but here we don't have anything. Since spreadsheet you can drag and you can use the spreadsheet functionalities to copy and all. Just I'm just doing through manual process. Okay, done. So now you can import this budget amounts information into application. For that you can go to enter budget amounts and you can say import amounts as addition. That means later point of time you can come back to the sheet and you can increase these amounts. In that case you can use this option. First time if you are creating the budget amounts in the sheet, you can say import amounts as entered. As addition means existing budget, this 25,000 will be added, but we don't have any budget as of now. I mean budget amount. So first time we are entering, you have to go with this option. Done. Row inserted successfully. Done. If you want to see the same data within the application, yes, you can see. Here you can say budget, review budget entries. From here, you can see that information. Search. Okay. The totals budget entry, the total information you can see. You can just click on the entry name and you can see all the budgets how we define. For each period we created $25,000. Okay. So the total amount is 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs. Done. We import it. Now there is no budget journals concept here. Just we entered and we imported the same information as it is. Now we can go and create the journal. So as per this budget, it will enforce the control. Just go to journals. So create journal. I'll just give the name as internet expense. Okay, internet expense. Select any one of the category. Any category you can choose. So budgetary control we given as absolute. When you say absolute, system should not allow us to spend more than 25,000 the current month. So for every month we given the same amount, right? We should select account called as internet expense. Only for this account only we have a budget. Okay, just try to enter journal with $30,000. It should not allow. Okay, we'll see that. Central credit line. You can go with any one of the account. Say okay. Enter 30,000. Done. Now save it. Okay, save it and complete this journal and post it. Try to post this journal. System will verify the fund check. Submit it, right? Now just click on refresh. Just keep hitting on this refresh. We'll see the status. So enter 30,000, right? See, fund check, fund status failed. The batch status is budgetary control failed for the batch. Review failure details in the enter journals page. Here, if you click on failed, white failed, it will show. The reason funds are not available. We set the budget for only 25,000 for this month. Insufficient funds. Requested 30 for this account. Okay, this is a budget account. So within this budget, this for this account budget is defined. So for this is the internet expense account. So I'm just clicking on the same journal again. So this is how you can see. Then you can go to this budget. You may verify what is the budget is defined and all. Accordingly, you can correct the balances and you can do it. Okay. So this is how just you can go and revise and or else you can just go and just enter the re-enter the amounts. You can change the amounts. That's how you can perform the. You can correct it if you once you identify you don't have funds, you can reduce and you can book it, or else you may go and add the funds to your budget and you can see it. You can click on show error from here. Also, you will be able to see that same budgetary control failed for this batch. You will fail your in the same like in the status they are indicating within this. Okay. So this is how just you can if you try with the less than that or else from there itself you can do it. You just try with the less amount, it will allow. Okay, that's how the control will be applicable. So it won't allow you to spend more than budget amounts. That's how the control will work. So that's all of these are the points we have to understand when we talk about setting up the budget. We just open the periods and we prepared budget and we define the budget for 25, but we tested with the 30,000, so it failed. The reason is budget available up to 25. If you enter less than 25 or less than 25, it will system will allow you to proceed with the posting without stopping with a budget check fail. So that's all about budget concept. And just we tested this, and tested this. Okay, now we'll go and test journal approvals. Okay, so we'll see the journal approvals concept. It's a very simple topic. So in payables, we tried for invoice approvals, right? Since that workflow is not working till now, we didn't test it. We'll be working on it. We'll do in the different instance. So here, when you talk about journal approvals, it's a very simple process. We'll go and create the approval group. The same we did it, right? In payables, we created an approval group. We grouped one or two people into that approval group and we defined the rule. Same process here also we have to follow. However you define the invoice approval, same process we can follow for journal approvals. Okay, to test this functionality, what we'll do is we'll go and create one approval group and we'll choose one person into that group. So we'll go with the approval group. Say create approval group. We'll group the people who can involve in the approvals for the journals, and we'll create one approval rule. Say create approval rule. and the rule will specify if a journal amount is same or less than 10,000, the people who are part of this approve group, they can approve. We'll go and define the rule. After defining the rule, we'll say $10,000. And we have to enable the journal approval for our ledger. Say enable journal approval for ledger. And same as EBS. In EBS also will enable the journal approvals at ledger level. And again, for which source of journals this should be applicable, that we have to specify. Same we have to do here also. Say enable journal approvals for sources. That's all. We'll create the group. By using the group, we'll set this rule and we'll enable the journal approval for our ledger, and we'll set for which source of journals this approval should be applicable. Then we'll go and create journal and we'll do the approvals. We'll approve it. We'll go and see this. Okay. So go to project, or directly you can navigate to FSM home page, that to search page. Go to task list, say search. Okay. Say approval groups. So manage approval groups. Let's do from project. Here you can have like offering based approval groups. Let's go to our project, search for approval groups. So it's a finance related approval group. So manage approval groups for financials. Just click on go to task. So here we'll create one approval group. Just click on create. You can give the name as Google approval group for journal approvals. Google journal. And within this approval group, you have to add the members whom you want to involve in this group to approve the journals. We'll take our user, Google, search and select same as a member. Again, enter here. Say search. The first one, right? Say OK. Say OK. Fine. We selected one person into this approval group. Now you can say save. Okay, now we have to create the rule. This will close it. So now we have to create the approval rule. Approval rule you can define from BPM workflow, or you can call it as a node. So go to task configuration. The same we tried in as a part of this payables, right? The same we did. So here configuration. Okay, here you can search for the approval task. So manage journal approval rules. You can navigate with this task. Just click on this task. So here you can find that approval related tasks. You can scroll it till right. Here you could see the scrolling. So here you have to look for GL journals related approval workflow or task configuration, you can call. Let me scroll to end. One second, we'll find it. Approvals. Okay, here Fin AP related we have, and we need GL related. Fin AP, Fin GL we need. Here we have the workflow. Fin GL journal approval. Select it. Okay, just select it. Then click on edit. Okay, then go to rules. There is some error it is showing. We'll try from here. Okay, we'll navigate once again. FinGL journal. Just go to rules. Unresolvable error has occurred. Please contact our system administrator for more information. No issues. So we just created this too. You can ignore this topic. Okay. Ignore this topic. I'll be covering in the tomorrow session. Okay, anyway, finally I'll just make a move all these setups into other instance, because these concepts are not working in this environment. I'll keep ready instance by tomorrow. So in tomorrow session what we can do is we can just we'll check, we'll go with any one of this. It's just, we may start with the journal approvals, or else we'll close this and we'll move on to the next topics. Okay. So just today we gone through this auto posting, auto reversal, budget concept. Okay. So rest of concepts which are pending and here which we tried and could not see the results because of instance issues, all will be continuing from tomorrow session. Okay. So by this, I mean Friday will close everything. Okay. We don't want to keep still pending because of instance issues. We'll close by end of this Friday. So that's all for today. Any questions from anyone, please? Any questions? No. Fine, we'll connect tomorrow same time and we'll continue from here. Thank you all. Have a good day and good night.